Well, certainly an interesting discussion on the state of poverty. Let's show now a perfect example of the face of poverty here in the United States. RT's Anastasia Churkina joins me now for more from our New York studios.
Hi, Christine. You know, a very interesting point and valid point that you brought up is that many people, when they hear these staggering numbers, they don't really often associate them with real people and real broken lives. We have 1 in 7 Americans living in poverty, over 43.5 million people, and every single person has their own individual story that brought them down and has been keeping them down for several years. And that is what our report of the day is about. We take a closer look at the faces behind the statistics as we revisit a homeless village in the woods where people were forced to move because they have nowhere else to go. Take a look.
America the prosperous, America the traditional, and America the broke. The picture-perfect homes and these homes are a 20-minute drive away from one another.
How did I end up here? Probably through my own mistakes in life.
RT revisits Tent City, a homeless camp tucked away in the woods of New Jersey. There are at least 40 people whose tragic destinies have led them to call this place home.
Since we were here last time in the winter, things have changed. More tents have appeared. Some people have come and gone. But many of the people living here have been here for months, if not years. And the question that many of them ask themselves over and over again is, why are we still here? Are there really no other options left for us?
Noreen Moss has been a newspaper handler for most of her life.
Well, I worked for the New York Times, and I wound up having a brain aneurysm and 2 strokes. I was almost dead. I was in a coma for 2 months, and I was in a hospital for 3 months.
Since then, Noreen has given up hope of finding a job. For those still trying to find work, the task is close to impossible, with the unemployment rate in the U.S. holding steady at more than 9.5% for more than a year now.
Over 17 years experience, chef. Still I am looking job, not only chef job, any kind job I look. I have too many application, you know, but no, I don't find anymore. And, you know, that's very, very difficult now, find job.
And those who are able to find work make less than the minimum wage.
I work all day, just pick up $5.
Reverend Steve Brigham set up the camp for the homeless 4 years ago.
This is our church bell. On Sunday, about 12 o'clock, we ring this to let the whole camp know that we're about ready to have our service.
The Reverend runs the place, keeping it in order, setting up a shower, and helping with whatever donations he can get. Local authorities have been disturbed by this camp's existence and have tried to shut the place down.
People think of the homeless as people that are sometimes questionable in their character, but there's more problems outside of the homeless camp than inside of the camp.
The only option offered by local officials has been beds at a local psychiatric institution among the mentally unstable. The community didn't go for it. It's more than they can handle, already living a tough enough life.
It's just not a place to live.
Everyone here tells us a better place for them is just around the corner.
How soon do you think you'll be out of here?
Very soon. Very soon.
But so far, no luck. With not much help from the outside world, all they can do is hope a better life is awaiting them somewhere. Anastasia Churkina, RT, New Jersey.
Really interesting stuff. Anastasia, you mentioned that this was your second visit to the homeless camp, and you said the population there has increased. What do you think that means?
Well, that's true, Christine. Last time we visited the camp was in the winter about 6 months ago, and there was about 30 people there at that time, and a lot of them were telling us that they expect to be out in the next couple of months, that they expect to find work, find a better place to live. But unfortunately, that has not been the case. We were very surprised to discover that the tent city has actually grown. There are more people there now. There's about 40, if not more, and these people are still there. And basically what it means is that things are not getting better. Things are not getting better for this small group of people, as well as for the millions of Americans who are also homeless out there right now.
And you know, I should point out too, I have covered many of these homeless camps throughout California, so this is not the only one. They're certainly all over the place. It's nice that this one is actually run by somebody who helps them. But I want to tell you some of the arguments that I've heard when I've covered these camps. People say, well, why don't they just go get a job? Or they say, you know, there's homeless shelters out there. Why don't they sleep in the homeless shelters? Did you ask any of these people these questions?
Absolutely, Christine. You know, basically in that county where that camp is based in Lakewood, New Jersey, there's a small homeless shelter there that won't be able to accommodate all of these people. And I did ask them, of course, if they're trying to find work, and did tell them the argument that people are saying that they're not trying hard enough, but a lot of these people are trying. We saw one person in that report who told us that he continues to send out applications every single day, and he goes wherever he can to try to find a job, and he actually dreams of being able to, the chef in that report, he dreams of being able to cook for people out of pleasure again and not out of necessity for other homeless people in the woods.
I thought it was interesting how you looked at his resume. I mean, this is somebody who is not an entry level. He certainly has a lot of experience. Finally, Anastasia, I just want to know your take on how common this type of situation is, just where you are, just in the New York area.
Well, Christine, in the New York area, things are definitely not getting better. We know that in the last year, homelessness in the city, just in New York, has increased by over 50%. So it's definitely an issue that is spreading. And here in the city, we see people, lying around by themselves, so they don't really have many places to go unless it's homeless shelters. And unfortunately, homeless shelters right now are packed every single night, and a lot of people are just not able to get in because there's so many people who need a bed to sleep in at night.
Certainly a common sight among most of the major metropolitan cities here around the United States. Anastasia Churkina, thanks so much.